Welcome to the Institute for Swedenborg Studies here at Bryn Athyn College. Hi, I'm Professor Grant Schnarr, and what we are going to be exploring in this particular course is the afterlife. What we're going to base this on is all the different descriptions people have had and have spoken about when they've had a near-death experience. I'm sure most people are aware of what that is. You can see it's all over online. But even more than that, we're going to be studying the teachings, the observations, the reports of the 18th century scientist and theologian Emanuel Swedenborg. What he reports about the afterlife on its own is amazing. But when you compare what he says with those who have had a near-death experience, the similarities are astounding. And at the very least, when you finish this course, you're going to say, wow. This first session is on the near-death experience. All those things people report who have come close to death or even been pronounced clinically dead. Now, the reason I got involved in this, I wanted to tell you a little bit about that, is because when Raymond Moody's book came out, Life After Life, it was a breakthrough book talking about this phenomenon. And I had grown up in the Swedenborgian church or New Church, which actually follows the Bible and the teachings of the 18th century scientist and theologian who also explored these things. And his book that we will be studying is actually a book called Heaven and Hell. This is the original version of this book. And inside of this book, you learn about everything from what happens when we first die to our eternal destination. Well, this is a big book, okay? So what I use when I teach at the college is a condensed version of that book called The Afterlife. This is condensed, rearranged, and it really just focuses on what we need to know as we go through this course and learn about Swedenborg's ideas and vision of life after death. Now, I will be assigning different readings for this book, and there will be a quiz at the end of each session that you can take before moving on to the next session. Also, let you know that at the end of the course, you will be receiving a badge that shows that you have passed this course. Now, another thing I want to tell you is that we are also using, or I'll be using, some of the films, some of the videos from the amazing website program Off the Left Eye with Curtis Childs. These short little videos really help flesh out what we're talking about with these words in this book, where we get images and, just really great an understanding and way of describing and showing us what the afterlife is like. Now, I use Curtis's videos in Off the Left Eye for the course that I teach at the college. But also, Curtis is helping us to put this program together, this course together. So it's just really got a lot in it. Now, lastly, what I'd like to ask you is why study the afterlife? And I think there's two reasons that I find for this. The first reason is that when we look at and study what may happen to us after death, it really helps us to reflect on our own lives and how we're living now, how we can make our life mean something, have more value, do a better job, because someday we will be coming into this other world. And I think the second thing that it does for us is really give us comfort that our loved ones who have passed on are in this other life, and they're safe, and they're whole, and they're secure. And even more than that, we will see them again someday. And then finally, the comfort that it gives us, even the comfort to know that when we pass away, that we will come into this new world, that death isn't the end. It's merely a transition. And so let's move on and let's talk about the near-death experience.